No matter what religion you belong, if you are a human being, then the story of this movie will bring tears to your eyes. Because the plot of this film is actually multiple realities shown simultaneously instead of a single story. Reality that was in the past is in the present and will be in the future. And this reality does not stop, it runs forever. And hence the name of the movie is Gamanam, which means moving. I hope you will like the story of the movie. So without further ado, let's go to the main story of the movie. A woman named Kamala is shown in the beginning of the movie. She lives alone in this small house with her newborn baby. Kamala's husband lives abroad and she leaves her baby with a neighbor woman every day and she goes to work. She has been working in this garment for a long time. We understand that Kamala cannot hear well. This boy's name is Ali, and cricket is the only thing that crosses his mind. He wants to be a great cricketer. Neither of Ali's parents is alive. He grew up with his grandparents and lives with them. Ali's grandfather works a very menial job and he had big dreams about Ali. He always wanted Ali to be a doctor, but we know Ali's dream is to become a good cricketer. Ali also had a girlfriend. Her name is Zara. Then the scene cuts to a pile of dirt. Many kids were collecting different things from there. We usually call them street child. Among these boys were two brothers and they were orphans by birth, even they don't know their birth identity. These two brothers did many other such small jobs to survive. The scene comes back to Kamala. She finished her work and returned home. She goes to bring her baby to the neighbor woman. The elderly woman explains to Kamala, her husband is ill, so she needs some money. Kamala understands the lady and she agrees to pay the money. Kamala comes to her room with her baby. She continues to talk to her child in her mind and she continues to cook. Meanwhile, her baby almost fell off the bed. Since Kamala is deaf, she couldn't hear her baby's cries. Then her vision went to the mirror in front of her and she sees in the mirror that her baby is falling off the bed. Kamala rushes to save her baby. The next day Kamala goes to a doctor for her ear problem. The doctor tells her, "Your ear problem deserves to be fixed. Come back for a checkup after a few days. Let's see what I can do for you." On the other hand, Ali and Zara were talking on the phone. Ali told Zara, "If I perform well in the upcoming test matches, then I will get a chance to play in the national team." In the meantime, Zara's father comes there, and he finds Ali's picture on Zara's phone. The scene cuts to the two orphan children again. This movie will have such scene changes again and again, since here, basically the lives of many people are shown. The two orphans collected plastic bottles all day and sold them to earn a small amount of money, and with that money the elder brother bought an ice cream for his younger brother. While eating ice cream they stopped in front of a very big building. They count each floor of the building, but they couldn't finish the calculations. Their calculations kept getting messed up. On the other hand, Kamala is shown. She is sitting in one place and crying a lot. Then a man and his daughter came there. The man continued to tell her what had happened to her. Why is she crying? Then Kamala said, "I sold all my jewelry and sent my husband to Dubai with all the money I saved, but now he doesn't inquire about me anymore." The man then consoles Kamala. He says, "My daughter's husband also lives in Dubai. Don't worry, I am trying to find your husband." The next day Kamala went to the doctor again. The doctor tells her, "If I do surgery on your ears, then 15 lakhs rupees will be required, and if I give you this machine, it will cost 5,000 rupees, and you can hear everything clearly with this machine." But where will Kamala get 5,000 rupees to buy this machine? The scene returns to the two orphan brothers. They both got jobs today at a birthday party. The younger brother saw such a big cake for the first time in his life. He asked his elder brother, "What does birthday mean?" Then his elder brother replied, "Birthday means date of birth." Then the younger brother asked again, "Don't we have a birthday?" The elder brother says, "We have a birthday, but we don't know who gave birth to us." The little man sees many children his age with their parents, although they are the same age, but they are opposites in the reality of life, and you see these children's lives around you all the time. At the end of the ceremony, two orphans return to their home. Yes, this is their hideout. They spend their lives inside these discarded concrete rings. The elder brother asks his younger brother to eat, but the younger brother does not eat. He has had a lot of pride. Why is there no birthday in his life? On the other hand, it has been raining heavily since morning. Kamala goes to keep her baby with the neighbor woman. but that neighbor woman is not at home. She went to the hospital with her sick husband. So Kamala is forced to come to work with her baby. The manager of the garment scolded her a lot, but finally she was allowed to work. The old man collects Kamala's husband's phone number. Hearing this, Kamala is very happy. On the other hand, Ali and his friend were practicing on the field, and then their coach came and appreciated them a lot, but another guy told them, "It is not enough to play well. If you want to play in the national team, then you have to pay 2 lakhs rupees. What Ali and his friend will do now, they do not understand anything. Meanwhile, Zara was repeatedly calling Ali's phone, because another boy comes to their house to see Zara for marriage, and her marriage is almost fixed with that boy. On the other hand, 2 orphan brothers have gone in front of a cake shop. They were looking at the cakes in the shop from outside, but they did not dare to enter the shop. When a girl entered the cake shop, they followed her into the shop. When the girl asked the shopkeeper the price of the cake, hearing the price of cake, the 2 brothers standing behind looked at each other, because it will take them a long time to earn the money to buy the cake. They both came out of that shop quietly. On the other hand, Kamala comes to a STD booth with her husband's phone number and asks the shopkeeper to call that number. The shopkeeper calls and talks. Then the shopkeeper tells Kamala, "Your husband is busy now, he's fine, he'll call back later." On the other hand, those 2 brothers are working more and more. They are saving money to buy a cake. The following day, the doctor has implanted that machine in Kamala's ear. Now Kamala can hear properly. She is very happy. Along with her friends, Kamala bought a mobile. On the other hand, Zara calls to meet Ali. Ali goes to meet Zara. She tells everything about her marriage to Ali. Zara asks Ali to do something, but at the moment Ali has no ability to do anything, so he gets angry with Zara and leaves from there. On the other hand, 2 orphan brothers save 200 rupees with great difficulty, and they go to a statue seller to borrow 300 rupees. The man tells them, "I will go to the village house today. You give me your 200 rupees and take these statues. You will get more than 500 rupees for selling these." The 2 brothers agreed to the man's words without thinking. Kamala calls her husband with high hopes, but her husband thinks that someone else called him on Kamala's behalf, because he knows that Kamala can't hear properly. Kamala's husband says, "Tell Kamala that I got married here, I will never return home." Then Kamala said in a crying voice, "What will happen to our child?" Then her husband said in a cheerful tone, "Have you had a baby? Is he disabled like her mother?" Hearing this, Kamala started crying. The scene changes. Zara gets into a taxi, and this taxi belonged to a friend of Ali. Ali's friend tells Zara, if Ali wants to get a chance in the national team, he will need 2 lakh rupees. Zara called Ali again and again, but Ali was not answering the phone. Then, Zara steals money from her house for Ali, and when she was going out with that money, her father saw her from a distance. Zara's father followed her to Ali's house, and Zara's father took out the money from her bag. Ali's grandpa asks, "What is happening here?" Zara's father then scolded Ali's grandpa and said, "You don't have to do drama anymore. You stole money from my house with the help of my daughter." Then Ali came there. Ali's grandpa also got angry, and at one point in the argument Zara's father grabbed the collar of Ali's grandfather's t-shirt. Then Ali's grandpa asked Ali, "Did you really steal the money?" Ali remained silent. Ali's grandpa strongly apologizes to Zara's father. Zara's father leaves with his daughter from there, and Ali's grandpa throws Ali out of their house. On the other hand, Kamala returns home with her baby. It was raining heavily outside. Kamala remembers what her husband said and starts crying. On the other hand, the 2 orphan brothers are sleeping in their place in the continuous rain. When Kamala wakes up the next morning, she finds her house completely flooded. She got very scared. Her fear intensified when she found the door to the room not opening, because a car came and blocked the door of her room. On the other hand, 2 brothers are shown. The younger brother woke up early in the morning and he woke up his elder brother, and he said to his elder brother, "Brother, let's sell the statues." Elder brother scolded him and said, "Why so early?" The younger brother then said, "It is raining a lot outside. The statues will be destroyed." On the other hand, Zara's father keeps her locked up in the house. Zara's younger brother comes through the window and says that Ali has been thrown out of their house by his grandfather. Hearing this, Zara started crying more. Meanwhile, Kamala is unable to contact her friends despite many efforts due to the loss of phone network. And that's when she noticed that the water was rising and rising all the way up to the bed. Kamala takes her baby in her arms. On the other hand, Zara's younger brother opens the door of Zara's room, and she came out of the house. Meanwhile, two orphan brothers are still trying to sell the statues, and then the news showed, this rain is not so easy to stop. Common people saying that the political leaders are the reason for such water logging in the city, because they have occupied the drains and built big buildings. The two brothers could not sell a single statue even after trying so long. They haven't eaten anything since yesterday till today. Both brothers started crying and they continue to try to sell their statues. On the other hand, the water in Kamala's house has increased. She tries hard to attract the attention of outsiders, but she is not getting any help from anyone. Meanwhile, two brothers stopped in front of a woman's shop. They asked the woman to keep their statues in her shop, because their statues are getting wet and getting damaged. The woman agrees to keep the statues in her shop. Then the elder brother leaves the younger brother there to look for a customer for the statue. Meanwhile, a phone call comes on the woman's phone. The woman should go to her house. So the woman said to the younger brother, "Find your brother and bring him. I have to go home now." The younger brother runs to find his older brother. Meanwhile, the elder brother made an arrangement to sell the statue with great difficulty. When they come to the woman's shop to take their statue, they find that the woman has locked her shop and gone home. They both were disappointed and sat down in front of the shop. In the meantime, Kamala's baby cried a lot because he did not get food for a long time. All the food in her home has been spoiled by the water. Some lentils were soaked in a pot. Kamala chews it and puts it in her baby's mouth. Kamala tries to break the roof to get out of the room, but she couldn't do anything. On the other hand, Ali's grandpa went out to find Ali. He came to Ali's academy. His grandpa came there and saw that Ali got a chance to play in the national team. His name is at the top of the list. Meanwhile, the shopkeeper woman came and found the lock of her shop broken. She quickly entered the shop and checked her cash box, but all her money was intact. Although the children lacked a lot, they did not learn to steal, and they also left a statue when they left. On the other hand, a school was having a cultural program for children. All of them were performing many things, and at the same time, these two orphan boys of the same age as those children, they was trying to sell statues to satisfy their hunger pangs, but not a single statue of them has been sold yet. The younger brother said to his elder brother, "I don't need cake, let's sell the statue and eat a handful of rice. We haven't eaten anything in 2 days, I can't bear hunger anymore." The two children therefore once again start trying to sell those statues. On the other hand, Zara saw Ali's grandfather. She told everything to him, and she apologizes a lot to Ali's grandpa. Ali's grandpa tells Zara, "Don't you worry, I will marry you to Ali, because now Ali is established. He got a chance to play in the national team." Meanwhile, the clay statues are getting wet with rainwater and getting destroyed. The younger brother said to his elder brother, "What shall we eat when these statues are destroyed?" Left with no other option, the elder brother took off his clothes and made a last-ditch effort to save those statues. On the other hand, the water in Kamala's house is increasing to such an extent, Kamala is almost drowning. She then shouted through the room's ventilator and calling people outside. The scene changes to the main city. The school children's van is stuck in the water. The van driver has already died of a heart attack. Children cry in fear, but no one was coming to help them. Then Ali comes forward to help the trapped children, and he takes it out of the car with all the kids, but when only one child was left, Ali's leg got stuck in the car. Ali could not get his stuck leg out, and then the van sank into the water. But in no time, last child floats away, but Ali no longer floats. He drowned in the water along with the school van. On the other hand, Kamala came out with her baby after breaking the ventilator of the room. Meanwhile, the younger brother collects big polythene to save their statues. But as he approached the statues with it, he saw a van driver standing there. His wife was pregnant, so he asks the kid for that polythene. The little man helps the van driver a lot, and finally the baby was born in that car. Then the little child soaking in the rain, he said with a smile, "Happy birthday." The next morning, The rain had now stopped. Kamala comes out with her baby. But Kamala's child had the machine for Kamala's ears. Kamala is very happy to see this. On the other hand, the news of Ali's death was showing. An aspiring cricketer could not fulfill his dream despite coming to the threshold of his dream. But Ali's grandfather has no regrets, because what his grandson did to save the children was a real achievement, success as a human being. Zara cries a lot for Ali, because their life has become so easy, but in the end they couldn't build their dream house together anymore. Then 2 orphan brothers were seen. They hit the streets again to satisfy their hunger, and their lives will continue like this. And this is how the beautiful movie ends with this scene. I said at the beginning, there is no true story in this movie. This movie shows many people in a certain period and they are struggling with their life. Some are fighting for food, so someone is fighting to survive. Think about the things you have right now, or the life you have now. Another is laboring day and night to get this life of yours, like the orphans in this movie. How hard they went to buy the cake, but in the end, they couldn't do it. So friends, our human life is like this, will never be complete. But I don't understand how you like this movie. So let me know by commenting. Goodbye everyone, goodbye today.